They say money can buy anything. But what if there are cars so rare, so valuable, that not even the deepest pockets can secure them? Today, we'll reveal the astonishing stories behind machines with prices soaring into the stratosphere. Cars even billionaires can't afford. Ready for a thrilling ride? Let's begin. The mysterious 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe. In May 2022, an unthinkable secret auction took place at the Mercedes-Benz Museum in Stuttgart. There are only two ever made, and one sold for a jaw-dropping $142 million. That staggering figure officially crowned it the world's most expensive car. Mercedes had long vowed never to sell this treasure, but when they finally did, it caused shockwaves across the automotive world. Even magnates who were aware of the sale couldn't outbid the ultimate buyer. The car's unique gull-wing design and groundbreaking racing heritage make it a masterpiece that transcends conventional value. Some things, it seems, remain priceless, even to billionaires. A private GTO record. Ferrari's 250 GTO is iconic for its elegant shape and victorious racing history. In a private deal reportedly sealed in 2018, collector David McNeil paid around $70 million for a 1963 model, a price so high it defied all logic. This record-shattering purchase outdid every known public auction at the time. The 250 GTO's success on the track, including wins at prestigious events like the Tour de France Automobile, made it legendary. Most GTO owners are lifelong enthusiasts who guard these cars like family heirlooms. Attempting to buy one can be next to impossible because they're rarely offered and always command astronomical bids. This is one Ferrari that leaves even billionaires speechless. The gold-plated Lamborghini story. In 2012, rumors spread about a gold-plated Lamborghini Aventador set to be unveiled in Dubai. Crafted by a team of German engineers, the model was rumored to include precious metals and gemstones, with a proposed value of up to $7.5 million. Far more than a flashy showpiece, it was meant as a symbol of extravagance that no buyer could easily claim. Even billionaires balked at the notion of paying this much for a single car draped in gold. Although the real deal turned out to be more of a concept sculpture than a drivable supercar, the staggering price tag alone created a tempest of intrigue. Sometimes, automotive dreams remain just that. Dreams. Ferrari 250 GTO at Monterey. In August 2018, the RM Sotheby's auction in Monterey featured a 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO. Expectations soared, and when the hammer fell, the final bid reached $48.4 million. This was a public sale record for a classic car at auction. Yet, as astonishing as that figure seems, it only scratches the surface of GTO rarity. Many collectors claim they would part with almost anything for a piece of Ferrari's golden era. But the line of interested billionaires is always longer than the number of cars available. Much like other GTOs that remain locked away in private collections, this pristine racer stands beyond the realm of ordinary purchase, no matter how deep the pockets. The Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic Enigma. A masterpiece of pre-war automotive design, the Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic represents an elusive holy grail. Only 4 were ever built, and each one boasts an elegant, futuristic silhouette. One Atlantic was owned by fashion titan Ralph Lauren, while another's whereabouts have been debated for decades. Some say it's lost forever. In 2010, a Black Atlantic sold for a rumored $40 million, though the exact price remains a whisper in collecting circles. It's said that if the missing Atlantic is ever found, it could shatter all existing records. With such limited numbers, even the very wealthiest find themselves at a standstill. Sometimes the value of rarity can't be contained by a bank balance. The 1967 Shelby Cobra Super Snake Saga. Carroll Shelby built only 2 Cobra 427 Super Snakes, muscle-bound legends known for their monstrous power. One was tragically lost in a crash, leaving just one surviving example, Shelby's personal car. In 2007, that very Shelby Cobra 427 Super Snake crossed the auction block, fetching over $5 million, astronomical for such a raw, unrefined beast. The story behind this particular car is packed with lore, tales of Shelby roaring through desert highways, testing the machine's limits. With no other twin in existence, it's an unrepeatable phenomenon. Even collectors with infinite resources can't replicate it. When only one car remains, you're at the mercy of an owner who might never sell. And that's a barrier money can't break. The priceless 1954 Mercedes-Benz W196R. In 1954, Mercedes-Benz introduced the W196R, a Formula One car that dominated the season under legendary driver Juan Manuel Fangio. Only a handful survived, and in 2013, one was auctioned at Bonhams in Goodwood, fetching nearly $30 million. That moment stunned enthusiasts because racing relics rarely reach the open market. These machines have immeasurable historic significance, shaping motorsport's golden age. Holding a W196R means possessing a symbol of speed and engineering genius. Museums and dedicated collectors often guard such icons so fervently that sales are all but impossible. Lamborghini Veneno's limited reign. In 2013, Lamborghini unveiled the Veneno to celebrate the brand's 50th anniversary. With a spaceship-like design and a starting price of $4 million, only 3 coupes were sold to external buyers worldwide. Each flew off the production line into private collections faster than the car could accelerate. When a rare Veneno does appear for resale, its price surges beyond reason. Some rumored figures hit $9 million. Lamborghini's name alone captures the imagination. But pair that with extreme scarcity, and you get a supercar even the super rich might struggle to chase. The few owners treat these hypercars as modern art, rarely driving them. It's an invitation-only club no blank check can easily breach. The mythical Rolls-Royce boat tail. Rolls-Royce revived coach building in 2021 with the boat tail, rumored to cost close to $28 million. Only 3 were built, each custom-tailored to its owner's taste. One is rumored to belong to Beyoncé and Jay-Z, another to an undisclosed mega collector, and the third remains shrouded in mystery. It features a rear deck that opens like a butterfly, revealing a cocktail set, parasol, and dining accessories. This level of personalized craftsmanship becomes an instant legend. Even if a billionaire appears with money in hand, Rolls-Royce might say no, because they only build these bespoke masterpieces for select clientele. When exclusivity meets heritage, the result is a car that money alone can't guarantee. Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta, a rare jewel. Unveiled in 2017, the Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta epitomizes the final flourish of the Zonda line. Only 3 were produced, each representing the pinnacle of Horacio Pagani's vision. The estimated price, upwards of $17 million. One resides in Pagani's personal collection, adding another barrier to prospective buyers. The design showcases a roofless top and distinctive rear-wheel covers, pushing the futuristic aesthetic to new extremes. Enthusiasts marvel at its handcrafted carbon fiber, V12 raw, and painstaking detail. When a car is made in such microscopic numbers, it transcends typical supercar status to become a piece of rolling art. Owning one is nearly impossible, no matter how many zeros adorn the buyer's bank account. Bugatti La Voiture Noire Tail. In 2019, Bugatti introduced La Voiture Noire as a one-off hypercar, priced at around $18 million, plus taxes. Inspired by the legendary Type 57 SC Atlantic, it became an instant myth in automotive circles. Rumors suggested it was sold to football star Cristiano Ronaldo, but Bugatti never confirmed. This modern-day masterpiece boasts a quad-turbocharged W16 engine and a sleek, all-black exterior that seems to devour the light. Its unveiling caused waves of speculation. Was it sold before its debut? How many millionaires lined up only to be turned away? With a one-of-one production run, the seller can name any price. For those dreaming of owning it, the opportunity has likely vanished forever. Koenigsegg C CXR, Trevita's sparkling history. The Koenigsegg C CXR Trevita is famous for its unique diamond-weave carbon fiber body. Originally, 3 were planned, but due to the complexity of the manufacturing process, only 2 were produced. Floyd Mayweather owned one and reportedly paid around $4.8 million for it. When he auctioned it in 2017, it didn't stay on the market long. These near-mythical hypercars churn out over 1,000 horsepower, transforming highways into private runways. Many fans dream about acquiring a Trevita, but with only 2 in existence, chasing one is futile. If you see a Trevita and want to buy it, good luck finding a willing seller. Sometimes, the most valuable treasures remain carefully locked away. The one and only Maybach Exelero. The Maybach Exelero was revealed in 2005 as a high-performance concept commissioned by Fulda Tires. It showcased an aerodynamic body and a twin-turbo V12 engine capable of over 700 horsepower. For years, the only known Exelero was rumored to be owned by rapper Birdman for a reported $8 million. Its blend of old-world elegance and futuristic lines set it apart from other luxury vehicles. But the real intrigue lies in the fact that this was effectively a one-of-one project. Despite speculation about private offers, the Exelero rarely, if ever, changes hands. It's a silent testament to exclusivity, reminding the world that some automotive wonders remain beyond the reach of mere billionaire whims. McLaren F1 LM's rare racing spirit. The McLaren F1 was already a legend, but when McLaren produced the F1 LM to honor its victory at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, the world witnessed something truly extraordinary. Only 5 LMs were made, each stripped down for peak performance. Their high downforce kits and bright papaya orange livery paid homage to McLaren's storied racing roots. In 2019, one sold for a reported $19.8 million at auction, a testament to its awe-inspiring pedigree. With just 5 in existence, these icons rarely surface. Even the wealthiest automotive devotees must wait patiently, ready to pounce. Owning an F1 LM is like joining an ultra-private club where membership isn't granted by wealth alone. Jaguar D-Type and the Le Mans legend. Jaguar's D-Type dominated the mid-1950s, winning the 24 Hours of Le Mans 3 years in a row. Sleek, aerodynamic, and revolutionary, the D-Type set new benchmarks for endurance racing. In 2016, a 1955 model that won Le Mans sold for $21.8 million at RM Sotheby's, marking the highest price for a British car at auction. Racing heritage, iconic design, and rarity combine to form a nearly untouchable gem. After all, you can't clone a storied racing chassis that wore the champion's wreath in the world's toughest endurance race. D-Type owners grasp a piece of motorsport history. For those outside that exclusive circle, no amount of money can recreate the authenticity of that triumphant machine. The Ford GT40 that made history. The Ford GT40's epic rivalry with Ferrari during the 1960s shaped racing folklore. In 2018, a GT40 that had competed at Le Mans sold for around $9.8 million at auction, cementing its place among the priciest American cars. The GT40's story is full of drama. Henry Ford II's determination to beat Enzo Ferrari, the heartbreaks, and final triumph at Le Mans in 1966. Owning a GT40 with real race pedigree means holding a chunk of that intense battle of egos and engineering. These rare survivors swap hands quietly among the most passionate collectors. Wealth alone can't buy the satisfaction of saying, "I own the machine that once brought Ferrari to its knees." That's priceless. Aston Martin DBR1, a racing masterpiece. The Aston Martin DBR1 emerged in the late 1950s to challenge motorsport's elite. In 1959, it scored an iconic victory at Le Mans, driven by Carroll Shelby and Roy Salvadori. Just 5 DBR1s were produced, each representing a breathtaking collision of speed and sophistication. In 2017, a DBR1 sold at RM Sotheby's for over $22.5 million, setting a record for a British car at the time. The winning bidder secured a piece of Aston Martin's proudest moment. But these DBR1s rarely appear in public, let alone for sale. It's one of those legendary vehicles that collectors chase for a lifetime, only to discover that money alone doesn't grant entry to the pantheon of legends. The rare Alfa Romeo 8C2900B. Before World War II, Alfa Romeo produced the 8C2900B, a masterpiece revered for its advanced engineering and streamlined bodywork. With fewer than 50 made, it was favored by wealthy enthusiasts and racing drivers alike. In 2016, a 1939 Alfa Romeo 8C2900B Lungo Spider by Touring fetched nearly $19 million at auction, sending shockwaves through the collector community. The combination of perfect styling, competition pedigree, and unmatched rarity placed it among the highest ranks of pre-war classics. Finding one for sale today is nearly impossible. The rebirth of the Delage D12. Delage, a historic French marque, made a dramatic comeback with the D12 hypercar. Priced around $2.3 million, the D12 is an ultralight machine powered by a V12 hybrid system. Although the price tag might seem more reachable compared to ultra-rare classics, strict production limits, only 30 units, make it nearly unobtainable. Delage harnessed advanced Formula One technology, giving the D12 an otherworldly driving feel. Early reservations snapped up within select circles, leaving others locked out. The comeback of a legendary brand instantly boosted collector interest, driving up desirability. Even those worth billions can't skip the line. Exclusive allocations and brand loyalty overshadow raw purchasing power. Sometimes, a name alone resurrects unattainable automotive grandeur. The hidden Porsche 917K. Steve McQueen's film Le Mans immortalized the Porsche 917K as an icon of endurance racing. In real life, the 917K dominated Le Mans in 1970 and 1971, forging a legacy of speed. Authentic race-used 917Ks are almost never on the market. When one that starred in McQueen's movie emerged at auction, it fetched a staggering $14 million in 2017. But that was a unicorn moment. Typically, these cars are locked in private stables or museum vaults. The 917K's significance in shaping Porsche's racing dynasty elevates it to near-mythical status. For a billionaire with a taste for film and motorsport history, the 917K stands as a rare jewel that money alone can't easily claim. The original Bullitt Mustang. Steve McQueen's 1968 Ford Mustang GT from the film Bullitt is a Hollywood legend. Long thought lost, the car resurfaced in a family garage decades later. In 2020, it sold at Mecum auctions for $3.4 million, setting a record for any Mustang. The gritty Highland Green Coupe, with minimal modifications, encapsulates cinematic magic and cultural nostalgia. Though $3.4 million might not terrify billionaires, the real challenge is finding iconic movie cars like this at all. McQueen himself once tried to buy it back and was refused. That sense of irreplaceability is what elevates the Bullitt Mustang beyond simple price. It's a tangible piece of Hollywood history that can't be replicated or replaced. Lancia Stratos HF0 concept. At the 1970 Turin Motor Show, Bertone unveiled the Lancia Stratos HF0, a concept so radical it looked more like a spaceship than a car. Sharp lines, a super low profile, and a forward-opening windshield enthralled audiences. Later, the concept passed through private collectors' hands. Although not priced as astronomically as rare Ferraris, it remains locked away, causing deep envy among concept car enthusiasts. The Stratos HF0 never intended for mass production, but it paved the way for the rally-dominating Lancia Stratos. For collectors, owning a piece of automotive futurism from design house Bertone transcends money. This concept's unique place in motoring history renders it essentially unpurchasable, and that's the ultimate form of exclusivity. The prototype Dodge Viper that was crushed. In the 1990s, Dodge built numerous prototype Vipers for testing and engineering. Most were never meant to be sold. In a shocking event, several prototypes on loan to schools were reclaimed by Chrysler and destroyed in 2014, citing liability concerns. These specific prototypes, which were never street legal, had a unique status that no money could challenge. Once a manufacturer decides to crush a test model, that's it, gone forever. Collectors scrambled, desperate to save these one-of-a-kind cars, but to no avail. Sometimes the most unattainable vehicles aren't locked in a private vault, but are literally taken out of circulation. It's a stark reminder that rarity can stem from corporate policy, not just a stratospheric price tag. The lost Bugatti of Lake Maggiore. In 1967, a Bugatti Type 22 Brescia Roadster was reportedly dumped into Lake Maggiore near the Swiss-Italian border under mysterious circumstances, some say to avoid import taxes. The car stayed underwater for decades before divers stumbled upon it. By the time it was raised in 2009, it was a rusted shell. Even so, it sold at auction for around $260,000, with proceeds donated to charity. Why so high for a heap of corroded metal? Because it was a Bugatti with a story, a lost treasure of the deep. The question lingers: are there more legendary cars hidden beneath waters or locked in barns? If so, even billionaires can't buy what remains undiscovered. Mystery has its own price. the one and only Ferrari Pininfarina Modulo. The Ferrari Modulo concept, designed by Pininfarina, debuted at the 1970 Geneva Motor Show. Its futuristic wedge shape captured imaginations worldwide. For years, it remained in Pininfarina's care, a showpiece of avant-garde automotive design. In 2014, American collector James Glickenhaus acquired it and began making it drivable, though it's still primarily a work of art. Rarely displayed, the Modulo draws crowds whenever it appears, stirring controversy and excitement. Why can't Billionaires simply replicate it? Because it's unique, a singular collaboration between Ferrari and Pininfarina that pushed design boundaries. Owning it means holding a piece of automotive futurism that can never be mass-produced. Some vehicles are so exclusive, they remain forever in a class of one. These cars defy normal limits of wealth, each carrying a story that money alone can't replicate. Their legends endure, untouched by price tags or fame. Thanks for watching.